We have such a vast variety of classes, just all the way from, middle school all the way up to high school for students. And, you kind of take that for granted as a teacher. You forget about it until you talk to somebody who's not in the district. And then they're like, what do you mean you teach digital photography or graphic design and you have a lab and you have the Adobe Creative Suite? And I'm like, yeah, I have all of that. And that's when it hits home, you're like, wow, I really am in a special district, that my students have all of these different subjects that they can study, and the nuances of those subjects. So, for example, I teach painting, composition, or drawing and printmaking, or digital photography, or graphic design. These are all very, ceramics and sculpture. They're all isolated pockets of art, and not everybody has that kind of, that vast curriculum that Ann Arbor offers. And I know I'm not isolated in that. I mean, think about our languages that we offer our students, or the multiple disciplines in math, or, especially at the high school, trying to give the students as many experiences as they can, I think is huge. And I think Ann Arbor does it tremendously well. So one of the biggest things that we do for sixth grade is we try to show the sixth graders that there's a lot going on behind the scenes that they haven't seen in art before. And so we go over all the student learning objectives for the state of Michigan. These are the guidelines and benchmarks that we're supposed to meet. We discuss them, how they apply to each particular assignment. But the idea is I really want to encourage not just my sixth graders or my seventh graders, but all my students. I want them to know there's a purpose behind what we do, and that there's real intent that we're trying to meet to help them learn the objectives. And so, because it's interesting to have conversations with them, and it also gives them an idea of what is going to come. I have a lot of students that enjoy taking art, and this gets them excited. Kids get really excited when they see other kids' art. It gives them belief that they can do it, and they really generally are more excited to see other kids' art than anybody else's.